Okay, so we're still working on the cheese sauce, and hopefully you can see I've sprinkled about a tablespoon of flour. I'm going to use my spatula here. And you want to get the lumps out, or you can take a little bit of the milk mixture and whisk it or mix it together with about a tablespoon of flour, and you're going to put that back in there. And you want to make sure you get all the little lumps of flour out. And the reason for the flour, just a little bit, is to help thicken the sauce. And once again, you do not want to cook on too high of a heat, because the cheese sauce will burn and then it'll have a horrible flavor. And homemade mac and cheese is 1,000 times better than, at least I think, than anything you could get in a box or in a store. And I just happened to stumble across using 3 different types of cheeses quite by accident. Okay, now you can see the consistency is pretty good. We've gotten all the flour lumps out. We've got a few cheese lumps, which is okay. And once again, before this starts to boil or cook too high, we're going to turn the heat off, and then we're going to pour the cheese sauce over the macaroni, and then we're going to bake it in the oven 350 degrees until it's nice and brown and bubbly. So that is about 20-25 minutes. Okay, so now I'm going to take the cheese sauce and pour it over my pasta. I'm going to mix that in a minute. But let me make sure I have enough for the little bitty ones, the little self-serving individual portions. I want to make sure there's enough for everybody. Pour some in there and pour some in there. And this is not a hard macaroni and cheese recipe to make at all. And see, it was starting to stick a little bit. I want all my cheese out of there, so I'm getting it out of there. And we'll just pour it into the casserole dish. Now, my pasta to sauce ratio might be a bit much, but I can spoon some of that off onto the smaller casserole dishes. So I'm just going to take my spatula, and I'm sure everybody on the planet has their own way of doing this, but this works for me. Now, you could top your macaroni and cheese with some bacon or some, what do you call those things? Croutons, some dried breadcrumbs, and it's going to come out delicious. Honestly, I will say, I think I got a little too much cheese sauce in here, so let me see how I can, if my little ones need more cheese sauce, and I'll just add a little bit from the big one to the little ones. Sorry, I'm not a perfect exacto mundo chef. I just know what works and what tastes good. So I'm just going to mix all this up. It looks messy, but oh my God, is it delicious! And right now for me, macaroni and cheese is such a wonderful comfort food. Makes you feel better about anything. So I'm just spooning some of this excess that's here into these smaller containers. So it won't be too, I don't like my macaroni and cheese too runny. But you know, it's like everything that I've been showing you guys how to make. You know, it's an individual preference how you choose to do something. Everybody develops their own way that works for them, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. Okay. So I think that's good. A little bit more. And wipe that off. And now, everybody's ready to go into the oven. Okay, because the macaroni and cheese bowls are going to be really hot, and in case they bubble over, I'm going to put them on my pizza tray, which, as you can see, fits perfectly. So now, if they bubble out of the top, it'll catch on here instead of the bottom of my oven. And I think I'm going to sprinkle just a wee bit of pepper Give it a little flavor and color and kick. If you have bacon or some other spice or seasoning that you want to put on your macaroni and cheese casseroles, you can. And now we're going to set these in the oven. We've heated our oven to 350 degrees and we've put our casseroles in. And we're going to cook them for about 25 minutes. Well, here's the moment we've all been waiting for. Hot, piping hot macaroni and cheese. You can see it bubbling. Hot from the oven. Yes, I could have used a bit more pasta in that one, but it's okay. So, I'm going to take one off. Guess I'll take this one off. Put it here on a plate. And you can see that moist, bubbly, creamy, delicious macaroni and cheese. Good for you, wholesome, homemade. So, enjoy.